Our hearts for this service of remembrance. I am Chaplain Ann Weaver, and I welcome family members to the chapel this morning and to all of you watching on WLH. In a few moments, Mary Bucher will sing a song entitled The Virgin's Slumber Song by Mario Lanza. It's a peaceful image of Mary holding her infant child who becomes our Messiah. I invite you to imagine this kind of tranquility in the midst of your grief. I will read the words to the song before Mary sings for us. Amid the roses, Mary sits and rocks her Jesus child, while amid the treetops sighs the breeze so warm and mild. And soft and sweetly sings a bird upon the bough. Ah, baby, dear one, slumber now. Happy is thy laughter, holy is thy silent rest. Lay thy head in slumber fondly upon thy mother's breast. Ah, baby, dear one, slumber now. Ah, baby, dear one, slumber now. Thank you, Mary and Joanne. Let us remember 5 residents who died in recent months. Lily M. Wilhelm, 92, passed away Saturday, November 5 at Landis Homes. Born in Lancaster, she was the daughter of Lawrence and Helen Boyce Swain. She was the wife of Paul H. Wilhelm and would have celebrated 72 years of marriage on November 23rd. They were inseparable in their later years. Earlier in life, Lily worked as a sales associate for Bash Jewelers and as an administrative assistant at Conestoga View. She often reminisced about her employment at Conestoga View, jumping in to help with life enrichment activities. She also fondly remembered teaching the little children for many years at St. Andrew's Lutheran Church. She participated in Toastmasters and enjoyed public speaking. Lily enjoyed singing hymns with the fellow residents in Liddit's house and going for walks with her husband, Paul. She read the newspaper every single day. Surviving, in addition to her husband, are a son, Jeff, husband of Angela Wilhelm, and a grandson, Chris, husband of Becky Wilhelm. A funeral service will be held at a later date. We remember Lily Wilhelm, her husband Paul, who lives in Liddit's house, and their family. Elias R. Groff, 84, formerly of Holtwood, went home to be with the Lord on Wednesday, November 9 at Landis Homes. Born in Holtwood on the family farm, he was the son of the late Clayton and Mary Rohr Groff. He was the loving husband of the late Marion Moeller Groff for 41 years at the time of her passing. Elias was a lifelong vegetable farmer. He was a member of Life Mennonite Fellowship in West Willow Street. He enjoyed hunting in his younger years and enjoyed visits with his family and friends. Elias is survived by 2 children, Stephen and Cheryl Groff of Holtwood, and Yvonne and Lyndon Byler of Rexville, New York. Also surviving are 6 grandchildren, Dana, Lauren, David, Emily, Rachel, and Hunter. He was preceded in death by a son, Myron Groff, and a granddaughter, Sarah Byler. Those were very sad times for Elias. A funeral service took place at Life Mennonite Fellowship, Willow Street, PA, on Wednesday, November 16. Interment followed the service in the Rollinsville Mennonite Cemetery. Viewings were held at the church on Tuesday evening and also on Wednesday morning. We remember Elias Groff and his family. Norman L. Graham, a local building contractor, aged 91, entered into his heavenly mansion prepared for him on November 16. He was married to Martha Jean Myers Graham for 71 years on June 16. He was born in Paradise Township, son of the late Warren A. and Barbara B. Graham. Norman was a member of Bethany Grace Fellowship for the past 55 years, where he served as trustee, usher, and on the building committee for 3 building projects. Norman was president of Norman L. Graham Incorporated, a building company he founded in 1951. He was a former member of the Building Industry Association of Lancaster and also served on the board of the Pennsylvania Building Industry Association. He also formed his own development company, Graylon Incorporated, which built the custom home communities of Millcross Estates, Oldfield, Hartman Station, Waterford, and Timberline Estates. A side note, I am happy to say that Norman built the house in which I live, and I'm grateful for his outstanding craftsmanship. Norman sat on the Fulton Bank Advisory Board for 19 years and Tell High Retirement Community Board for 17 years. Norman enjoyed traveling, family time at the mountain cabin, and spending his winters in Florida. His hobby was woodworking and making specialty items for the grandchildren. He volunteered at the Habitat Restore for 18 years. He and Jean enjoyed serving at Samaritan's Purse with Operation Christmas Child in Boone, North Carolina. Surviving besides his wife and our 3 children, Gerald and Linda Graham, Phyllis and Dale Gamber, and Gary Graham, 4 grandchildren and 14 great-grandchildren. He is survived by 1 sibling, Claire Graham, husband of Dorothy Hammond of Lancaster. He was preceded in death by his sister Verna Graham and a great-granddaughter. The family would like to thank the nursing staff of Ephrata House for their excellent care of Norman. A private burial took place at the convenience of the family. A memorial service was held at Bethany Grace Fellowship in East Earl on Friday, November 25. A time to greet the family took place before the service. We remember Norman Graham, his wife Jean, who lives at Landis Homes, and their family. Ruth E. Brubaker died peacefully on Sunday, November 20 at Landis Homes. Born in Mannheim, she was the daughter of the late Benjamin F. and Ella Moyer Buchan. Ruth was the loving wife of the late Raymond S. Brubaker, who died in November of 2012. In her early years, Ruth helped her husband on the family farm in East Hempfield Township. She and her husband were also part of the first maintenance staff at Lancaster Farm and Home Center and continued to faithfully work there for 38 years. She was an active and faithful member of the former Erisman Mennonite Church, Mannheim, which is now known as Crossings Community Church. She enjoyed being a part of the 40 to 60s traveling group, comprised of members from the Lancaster and surrounding communities that experienced special sightseeing trips each year. Her interests included collecting glass and ceramic open salt dishes, reading, and traveling to northern Pennsylvania to enjoy the beauty of the mountains. She had a deep passion for her family and cherished time she could spend with her children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. Surviving is a son, Ray and Kathleen Brubaker of Mountjoy, 2 daughters, Cheryl and Ronald Buser of Thomasville, and Lucy Brubaker of East Petersburg, 4 grandchildren, 7 great-grandchildren, and 2 sisters, Reba, wife of Richard Metzler of Mannheim, and Rachel Stichter of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Preceding her in death is a brother, Clyde M. Buchan. Funeral services for Ruth were private and at the convenience of the family. Interment was in Erisman Mennonite Cemetery, Mannheim. We remember Ruth Brubaker and her family. Mabel E. Weaver, 101, formerly of Lebanon, entered into the arms of Jesus on Wednesday, November 23. Born in Raffo Township, she was the daughter of Mark and Ella Rohr Brenneman. She was the loving wife of Marlon P. Weaver for nearly 69 years until his death in 2011. Mabel found joy in her role of wife, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Her legacy of faith, love, prayer, and devotion will be remembered. She was an active member of Gingrich Mennonite Church in Lebanon County, having served as the treasurer for over 20 years, taught children's Sunday school, cleaned the church building, and served on the fellowship kitchen committee. Her precision and organization made her an exceptional bookkeeper and secretary for the family business Weaver Farms Incorporated. She was known by her family, neighbors, friends, and caregivers for her profound sweetness, love, and graciousness. Her positivity and humor influenced everyone. Recognized as an exceptional golfer, she played regularly in both Pennsylvania and Florida. She demonstrated exceptional skill in cooking, cleaning, sewing, and playing rook. She and Marlon were also very involved in the ministries of Black Rock Retreat and Lauraville Retreat Center. She is survived by 4 children, Jay Nelson and Christine Weaver of Lebanon, Don and Lori Weaver of Lebanon, Cheryl and Ben Landis of Lancaster, and DJ and Gerald Kling of Smoketown. 6 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren. She is survived by 2 sisters-in-law, Mary Jane Brenneman and Marilyn Weaver. She was preceded in death by a brother, Albert Brenneman. Relatives and friends were invited to a visitation on Sunday, December 4, at Stradling Funeral Home in Akron. An additional visitation was held on Monday, December 5 at Gingrich Mennonite Church before the start of the Celebration of Life service. Interment was private and at the convenience of the family. We remember Mabel Weaver, her sister Mary Jane Brenneman, who lives at Landis Homes, and her family. Jenny Shekels will sing "Be Still My Soul," followed by Caroline Brubaker, a niece of Ruth Brubaker, who will read a closing benediction.
Patiently the This benediction is called I Will Light Candles This Christmas by Howard Thurman. I will light candles this Christmas, candles of joy despite all sadness, candles of hope where despair keeps watch, candles of courage for fears ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days, candles of grace to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire all my living, candles that will burn all the year long. Amen.